Hi, welcome back. I'm Cindy Wagner. My job is to organize, digitize, repair, and preserve your photos. So I'm offering this series of chats in case now is a time that you've decided that you'd like to open up those boxes and bins you've been storing and organize your collection. And I got some questions. And I have been teaching for 20 years. And so when one person has a question, the whole class benefits. So we're going to just stop here and answer some questions. Kind of interesting to me, the questions were all on digitizing printed photos. And that is exactly where this process goes. So this is a great time to open the door and start talking about digitizing photos. So one question I got was, since the process is to organize your photos and then digitize your photos, at the end of it, do I throw my photos away? And of course, we know that you can do anything you want, and we get that. But my advice is to not throw your photos away. This process will allow you to take your photos, to have them very organized. In fact, they'll be in the same order as your digital photos. So they'll be very easy to locate a photo when you want it. That's actually kind of a cool outcome of organizing your photos and digitizing them. Another part of this process is towards the end, I actually place them into archival quality boxes, and you can fit, I mean, the boxes I buy, you can fit 2,400 photos in a box. There might be bigger ones, it's just that's the ones I can lift, so I do those. But to have so many photos in a box, get a couple of boxes, you can store them in a closet, under a bed, top of a shelf, and really never think about them again. They don't take up a lot of space for most of us. And so I recommend keeping them. The issue and the reason I think to keep them is that none of us can see the future. We don't know if our children will ever want the printed photos, or maybe their children want the printed photos. I didn't see that my millennial children would want vinyl LP albums, but they do. They like them. So, none of us can see any of this, and it doesn't hurt anything to store them. And the worst case scenario is someone way down the line says, I don't want these. And it's pretty easy to throw them away because they know exactly what's in them. They already have the digital photos. So that's just what I'm going to do. And it's my thought. You won't regret it. So there you go. The second question I got was, all right, so we're going to organize and then we're going to digitize. Can I use the scanner that came with my printer scanner fax thing, for my home office? And it becomes complicated kind of quickly to answer that question. But the easiest answer is, it depends on how much time you want to spend digitizing your photos, because those scanners are not meant to be fast. They are just meant to scan a document, scan something. When a lot of people organize their prints, they go to a service like mine, and I can digitize, give you a very high quality scan, and do it really quickly. So that part of the process moves real fast, and you can get on to slides and negatives and all the other boxes and bins that we sorted earlier. However, if you are, thinking, well, I don't care how long it takes, I'm going to scan them with my printer fax scanner, then the only thing I'm going to ask you to do is we need to talk about what you want from those scans, because that is something that needs to be discussed before you digitize or use a service. You need to know what you'd like to do. In other words, do you want to make improvements to those digital files, or do you want to make enlargements at any time? You're going to want to kind of think that through, and then you look at the scanner you have. What file types can it save to? The number of pixels per inch that it can give you, and things like color depth. Gets a little more technical, but these questions, if you ask them ahead of time, you won't be disappointed after spending a lot of time scanning. So given that, and I love these questions, I think what I'll do is I'll add some chats that deal with different aspects of scanning. I use the word digitizing because you don't need a scanner to digitize, but it is a method of digitizing. So I think in the future we will discuss digitizing in a little more detail. And until then, you are welcome to contact me with any questions you may have about these chats or about your own scanner. It's Cindy at focusafterphoto.com. And or you can PM me on Facebook, that works too. And I am really looking forward to this next chat. And I thank you very much. And hey, I'll see you then.